The
I can't
barbell
pretend
crashed
anymore,
to the
Jake.
mat like a thunderclap in
What
my
are you
chest,
saying, Rob?
echoing through the iron-scented haze of the gym. Jake's laugh cut through it deep. Unfiltered. The kind that made every head turn as he wiped sweat from his brow and locked eyes with me. His straight best friend since freshman year. Oblivious to the storm he'd just unleashed inside. In that split second, as our fingers brushed passing the towel, I knew this wasn't sweat stinging my eyes. It was the burn of wanting what I could never have. New York City pulsed outside the floor-to-ceiling windows of Iron Pulse Gym. A concrete beast in the heart of Brooklyn where dreams got forged or shattered under neon lights and pounding bass. It was a Thursday night in late spring. The kind where the air hung heavy with promise and the distant hum of the subway rattled like a heartbeat too fast to ignore. Robert Haystat's me. 25. Graphic designer by day. Closet romantic by night had dragged Jake Harlan here on a whim. We'd been roommates in college. Survived bad breakups and worse hangovers. And now, 3 years post-grad, our lives had diverged like the L train at rush hour. Him climbing the ladder at a finance firm on Wall Street. Me sketching logos in a cramped midtown studio. But the gym. That was our ritual. Our anchor. Or so I thought. Jake slapped my back. His palm warm and calloused from weekend hikes upstate. Dude, that was your best set yet. You're turning into a beast. His grin was all teeth and easy confidence. The sort that made women in hell. Plenty of gizdo double takes. At 25, he was the picture of effortless straight guy charm, 6'2". Broad shoulders tapering to a runner's waist. Blonde hair perpetually tousled like he'd just rolled out of bed after a conquest. Me. I was the wiry counterpoint 5'11". Dark curls that never quite obeyed. Hazel eyes that hid too much. We'd met at NYU. Bonded over late-night pizza and shared disdain for our lit professor's droning voice. He was the sun to my shadow. Straight as an arrow. With a string of girlfriends who'd come and gone like seasons. And me. Gay. But zipped up tighter than my gym bag. No one knew. Not even Jake. Especially not Jake. We hit the free weights next. The clank of metal a symphony to our rhythm. He spotted me on bench presses. His voice a low rumble over the grunts of strangers. Push it. Rob. You've got this. His hands hovered inches from the bar. Steady as the Brooklyn Bridge. I locked out the reps. Chest heaving. And for a fleeting moment, our gazes tangled, his blue eyes crinkling with pride. Mine flickering with something sharper. Forbidden. Heat flooded my face. Not from the exertion. What the hell was that? I'd always admired him. Sure, the way he dove into life without a net. The loyalty that had him crashing on my couch after his folks' divorce last year. But tonight, as the mirrors threw back our reflections side by side, sweat tracing paths down his neck, it hit like a rogue wave. Admiration had twisted into ache. We cooled down on the ellipticals. The machines whirring like confessions left unsaid. Outside, the city lights smeared into streaks of gold and crimson. Taxis honking their impatience. Jake bumped my shoulder as we exited. The cool night air a slap after the gym sauna. Beer. My treat. You've earned it. Champ. His arm slung around my neck. Casual as always. But it lingered a beat too long. Or maybe that was my pulse tricking me. We wandered into McSorley's, the oldest Irish pub in the East Village, where sawdust floors and ale taps whispered of histories thicker than our own. The place was a crush of locals bartenders slinging mugs. Laughter bubbling like foam. We claimed a scarred wooden table in the corner. The kind etched with initials from lovers long forgotten. Jake ordered 2 house Alish. Dark and frothy. And clinked his against mine. To us. Man. Still kicking ass after all these years. His toast was genuine. Eyes softening in the low light. I nodded. Throat tight. Forcing a laugh that tasted like ash. Us. What a loaded word. As we talked him venting about quarterly reports, me dodging questions about my latest freelance gig, the space between us shrank. His knee knocked mine under the table. Accidental. Electric. I froze. Pulse thundering. Every nerve alight. By the time we stumbled out, buzzed and buoyant, the streets had emptied to that magical Manhattan hush. Our apartment building loomed on a quiet block in Williamsburg. A converted warehouse with exposed brick and dreams deferred. We'd pulled rent 2 years back. A pact born of necessity and nostalgia. Jake's room faced the river. Mine the alley fitting. Somehow, he unlocked the door, tossing keys onto the hall table with a clatter. Night. Rob. Don't let the bedbugs bite. His wink was playful. But as he turned, shirt riding up to reveal a sliver of toned back, my breath caught. I mumbled good night, retreating to my room like a thief in the night. Sleep was a traitor. I lay there, sheets tangled, replaying the evening in loops, the gym's metallic tang. Jake's laugh echoing off lockers. That brush of skin. My body betrayed me first. Arousal coiling tight. But it was the heart that wrecked me, pounding with a truth I'd buried under bro hugs and beer runs. Jake was straight. My best friend. The guy who'd held my hand through panic attacks after coming out to my conservative folks back home in Ohio. He'd never judged. Never pried. Just showed up with takeout and bad jokes. And now, this. Feelings I couldn't bench press away. Heavy as the weights we'd racked earlier. Dawn crept in gray and unforgiving. Coffee brewing like a lifeline in the kitchen. Jake emerged. Hair sleep must. Wearing nothing but boxers and a yawn. Morning. Sunshine. You look like shit. He ruffled my hair. Pouring cereal with the nonchalance of someone who'd never questioned a damn thing. I forced a smile, stirring sugar into my mug until it dissolved like my resolve. Work called me to a client meeting in Soho. Him to suits and spreadsheets. But as he dressed, tie nodding with practiced ease, I caught myself staring, memorizing the curve of his collarbone, the way his laugh lines deepened. The day blurred into pixels and deadlines. My sketches turning abstract, laced with unintended intimacy curves that echoed his form. By evening, guilt gnawed like hunger. I texted him, "Gym again. Need to clear my head." His reply pinged instant. "Hell yeah. 7 p.m. Bring your A game." Iron Pulse welcomed us back. Busier now with after-work warriors. We warmed up on the rowing machines. Backs to each other. But I felt his presence like gravity. Pull. Release. Pull. Release. Each stroke a metaphor for this pull inside me. Halfway through deadlifts, it cracked open. Jake was mid-form, barbell groaning under his grip, when a newbie spotted too close, elbow jabbing his side. He faltered, weight tipping dangerously. Instinct surged. I lunged, bracing the bar with him, our bodies colliding in a tangle of muscle and momentum. We steadied it together, breaths sinking in ragged harmony. "Got you," I whispered, closer than breath should allow. His eyes met mine, inches away, pupils dilating in the fluorescent glow. Time suspended, the gym fading to white noise. Then he straightened, clapping my shoulder. "My hero. Oh, you won." That night, over post-workout shakes at the juice bar, the air thickened. Jake leaned in, voice dropping. "Seriously, Rob, what would I do without you?" His hand covered mine on the counter. Warm. Lingering. My heart jackhammered. Was it nothing? Everything. I pulled back, laughing it off. Crash and burn. Probably. But inside, the dam trembled. Weeks blurred into a rhythm of sweat and secrets. We'd hit the gym 4 nights a week. Bodies sinking like old lovers, him pushing me harder. Me spotting his every lift. Outside, life intruded, His latest date. A fiery redhead named Lena from Tinder. All curves and confidence. He'd gush about her laugh. Her fire. And I'd nod. Stomach twisting. Sketching her phantom face in margins. She's great. I'd say. Voice steady as rebar. But alone. Envy clawed not for her. But for the ease of it. The permission to touch without terror. One rainy Friday. After a brutal circuit. We ducked into a dive bar on Atlantic Avenue. Thunder rumbling like unspoken words. Beers flowed. Shots chased. The kind of night where truths loosen tongues. Jake's cheeks flushed. Eyes glassy. You know, Rob, you're the only one who gets me. Really gets me. He leaned heavy on my shoulder. Breath whiskey warm against my ear. My resolve frayed. Yeah? What's that mean? The question slipped out. Bold as brass. He pulled back. Searching my face. Means. Shit. I don't know. Life's a grind. Work's killing me. Dad's still on my ass about settling down. But with you, it's easy. Real. His fingers traced the condensation on his glass, mirroring the trail down my spine. Rain lashed the windows, cocooning us. I wanted to confess, to shatter the facade. I am in love with you. You idiot. Have been for months. But fear clamped my jaw. Instead, you're real too. Jake. Always have been. He smiled. Slow and soft. The kind that reached his eyes. To real. Then. Glasses clinked. Sealing something fragile. We staggered home through downpour. Arms linked for balance. Laughter bubbling defiant. In the hallway. Dripping and delirious. He hugged methyl-bodied. Unyielding. Night. Best friend. The door clicked shut, leaving me adrift. Sleep evaded again. Body thrumming. I paced my room. Shadows dancing like doubts. By morning, resolve hardened. I had to bury this. For us. For the friendship that had carried me through comings out and city storms. But fate, that cruel curator, had other plans. Monday brought chaos. Jake burst into the apartment at dawn. Face ashen. Ty ask you. Rob fuck. It's bad. His voice cracked. Rare vulnerability cracking his armor. Over coffee black as panic. It spilled. Lena had ghosted him after a fight. His boss had reamed him for a botched report. And worst, a call from his mom. Stage 2 breast cancer diagnosis. The woman who'd raised him solo after the divorce. The rock he'd leaned on. He collapsed onto the couch. Head in hands. I can't. I don't know how to fix this. I knelt before him. Hands on his knee steadying. Not stealing. You don't fix it alone. We're in this. My voice held. But inside, tenderness warred with torment. He looked up. Eyes red-rimmed. Grasping my wrists like lifelines. Promise. The word hung. Heavy with need. I nodded. Throat burning. Promise. The gym became sanctuary that week. Our sessions laced with silence heavier than plates. He'd push through squats. Grunting pain, not just physical. And I'd spot. Whispering encouragements. One night. Post-pull UPS. He sagged against the rack. Tears streaking sweat. What if I lose her? Rob. What then? I pulled him into the shadowed corner. Arms around his shaking frame brotherly. I told myself. But his sob muffled into my shoulder. Body yielding. And electricity arced. You won't. We'll fight it together. Lies and truths tangled as his grip tightened. Faces inches apart. His breath hitched. Eyes fluttering to my lips. The world narrowed to that precipice. He pulled away first. Clearing throat. Thanks. Man. You're everything. We left unspoken. The air charged like pre-storm sky. Days bled into hospital vigils, tagging along to Mount Sinai, holding coffee while he held her hand. His mom, Ellen, was a firecracker, even bald and bedbound. Sharp wit. Warmer hugs. You boys. She'd tease, squeezing my fingers. Jake's lucky to have you. Her eyes twinkled, seeing more than I dared. Jake paced corridors, phone glued to ear for work calls. But in stolen moments, he'd lean on me literally, head on my shoulder in waiting rooms. Exhaustion stripping barriers. One evening, after chemo round 2, we escaped to the hospital roof garden. City sprawl glittering below like scattered hopes. He lit a cigarette, bad habit, forbidden by science, exhaling smoke like sighs. I pushed Lena away for this. For Mom. For us. The us landed soft, probing. My heart stuttered. Us is solid. Always. But his gaze lingered, questioning. Is it? Lately. Feels different. Closer. Wind whipped, carrying the Hudson's tang. I swallowed. Good different. He stubbed the smoke, turning full. Yeah. Scary good. His hand found mine. Tentative. Thumb brushing knuckles. Time fractured. Rain from earlier misted our skin, blurring lines. I stepped closer, pulse roaring. Jake. The name was plea and prayer. His lips met mine, hesitant, then hungry, tasting of salt and smoke and revelation. The world tilted. Jim echoes fading to this, his arms crushing me close. Kiss deepening like a lift I'd never spotted. Straight. Labels shattered in that gasp. We broke apart. Foreheads pressed. Breaths mingling. Roby. Shit. Panic flickered in his eyes. But wonder too. She'll. We figure it. My whisper anchored us. Below, Manhattan thrummed indifferent. But up here, everything shifted. The fallout was a whirlwind. Back in the apartment, we circled like wary cats, kisses stolen in doorways, hands exploring under covers. But dawn brought doubts. Jake paced kitchen, coffee untouched. What does this make me? Bi? Gay? I dated girls. Rob. Love them. His voice cracked. Fear raw. I pulled him down, legs tangled on the couch. It makes you Jake. The guy I love. The word lodged. Can't quit. He searched my face, then softened, lips brushing temple. Me too. Terrified. But. Yeah. We tumbled into tentative normalcy. Jim sessions electric now. Touches lingering. Eyes communicating volumes. But shadows loomed, his work buddies ribbing. My family's holiday call probing for that special someone. And Ellen how to tell her. Mid-battle. Crisis crested 2 weeks later. Jake's firm demanded overtime, pulling him to late nights. I buried in a deadline. Sketches feverish. Distance bred, insecurity texts curt. Silences stretching. Then, a Friday blow-up. He came home reeking of bar smoke. Tie loose. Saw Lena tonight. Apology drinks. Jealousy flared. Hot and irrational. And my tone sharper than intended. Nothing. Just closure. But hurt etched his face. Words escalated me, accusations of hiding. His of smothering. Thesusits too fast. Rob. I'm still figuring shit out. The door slammed behind him, leaving echoes. I collapsed. Sobs racking. Hours later. Phone buzzed, roof. Please. Heart in throat. I climbed, finding him sodden. Eyes storm-tossed. I'm sorry. Panicked. Mom scan tomorrow. And I can't lose you too. He crumpled into me. Rain mingling tears. You won't. Forgiveness in embrace. We clung. Kisses salt stung. reaffirming. Ellen's news was mixed tumor shrinking, but fight ongoing. In her room. Post good report. Jake took my hand under the blanket. Squeezing. Mom. Rob's. More than a friend. Her smile beamed. Weak but fierce. About damn time. Boys. Love's the best medicine. Summer unfurled golden. Our bond forging stronger. Gym rituals evolved, shared playlists pulsing with anthems of self. Weights lifted not just for form, but fortitude. Jake came out piecemeal, first to Ellen. Then a trusted coworker. Each step a victory lap. Me. I emailed my folks. Words halting but honest. Their reply, we love you. Son. All of you. Tears, blurred screen. Jake's arms steady around me. One August dusk. Post-sunset jog along the promenade. He stopped. Breathless. Marry me. Not now. But. Someday. Ringless proposal. City skyline witness. Laughter bubbled. Joy pure. Someday. Hell yes. We walked home hand in hidden hand. Feelings no longer unliftable. But carried light. Enduring. In the gym's mirror tomorrow. We'd see not shadows. But survivors, two men. Woven from friendship's steel. Lifting each other toward dawn. The autumn chill nipped at our heels as we pushed through Iron Pulse's doors that September. Leaves skittering like forgotten secrets across Brooklyn sidewalks. Jake's hand brushed mine in the vestibule subtle. Coated in heat bloomed despite the drop in temps. We'd navigated the summer's revelations like novices on a tightrope, exhilarating. Exhausting. Edged with the thrill of near falls. Now, with Ellen's treatments stabilizing and our lives sinking anew, the gym felt less like battlefield. More like hearth. But embers of doubt still smoldered. Waiting for wind. We claimed our corner by the squat racks. The space we'd unofficially staked since that first fated night. Jake loaded plates with a grin. His post-work glow undimmed by the finance grind. Ready to crush legs. Babe. The endearment slipped casual now. But it still sent sparks skittering up my spine. I rolled my eyes. Masking flutter. Only if you spot without distractions. He winked. All golden boy mischief. And we dove in forms mirroring. Breaths harmonizing. The bars creak a duet to our rhythm. Mid-set. A familiar face disrupted, Tyler. Jake's old college lacrosse buddy. Sauntering over with a protein shake and backslap. Harlan. Haven't seen you since the reunion. Who's the shadow? His gaze raked me. Friendly but probing. The straight world assumption hanging like humidity. Jake stiffened imperceptibly, but recovered with bro hug ease. Rob me roommate. Gym partner in crime. Roommate. The word stung. A relic we hadn't fully shed. Tyler nodded. Oblivious. Launching into tales of glory days beers. Babes. The hetero haze. I smiled through. Spotting Jake's reps. But inside. Isolation crept. The invisible line we'd towed. Now a chasm. Post-workout. In the locker room steam. Tyler gone. Jake cornered me by the sinks. Sorry about that. Old habits. His fingers traced my wrist under pretense of towel pass. Apology in touch. I leaned in. Lips grazing ear. It's okay. We'll rewrite the script. Steam curled around us. Veiling the kiss that followed quick. Fierce. A promise sealed in vapor. Homeward bound on the G train. City lights streaking windows like shooting stars. Jake's head lolled on my shoulder. Exhaustion etched him fine. But peace too, the kind earned in vulnerability's forge. Dinner in. Mom's sending lasagna recipe. Ellen's care packages had become legend, foiled trays of comfort. Notes scrawled with maternal wisdom. I nodded. Thumb stroking his knuckles hidden in hoodie pocket. Sounds perfect. Our kitchen transformed under candle flicker that night. oven aromas weaving spells of domesticity. We ate cross-legged on the floor. Wine loosening tongue stories of childhood's divergent, his upstate summers chasing fireflies. Mine Midwest winters building forts against loneliness. Laughter bridged gaps. But midway, his fork paused. Rob. About coming out. To the team. I mean, Tyler's text, reunion next month. Invites everyone. Tension coiled. Fork tines glinting like nerves. My pulse quickened. But I kept steady. Your call. I'm there if you want backup. He set plate aside. Crawling closer. Eyes stormy seas. Want you there? As. You. Us. The weight of it public claim hung. Exhilarating terror. I cupped his face. Thumbs tracing jaw. Then we're a team. Always. Seal and slow kiss. Flavors mingling, tomato tang. Wine's warmth. Love's depth. October roared in with gales, mirroring the internal tempests. Jake's firm hit crunch time bonuses online. Egos clashing in glass towers. He'd come home wired. Pacing like caged lion. Venting over takeout. They treat us like machines. Rob. Numbers over people. I'd listen. Massaging knots from shoulders. Words a balm. But strain showed, skipped gym nights. Curt texts. The bed's chill when he'd crash on couch post-midnight. Doubt whispered insidious. Was this the crack? The straight world's pull reclaiming him. One night, after ghosting a session for client dinner, I confronted over cold pizza. Talk to me. Jake. Feels like you're slipping. He deflated. Fork stabbing crust. Not slipping from you. From this pressure cooker life. Dad called today, man up. Son. Provide. As if mom's fight isn't provision enough. Anger flared. Then softened to ache. I bridged the table. Hand over his. You're enough. We redefine man up, together. Reconciliation came raw bodies entwined on living room rug. Clothes shed like skins. Urgency born of fear. His touches mapped familiar territories anew. Whispers fracturing into moans. Love you. He gasped. The words anchor in storm. Dawn found us tangled. Sunlight gilding sweat-slick skin. Reaffirmation in every language shift. Ellen's next skin loomed. A sword over idol. We drove to Mount Sinai in loaded silence. Jake's grip white-knuckled on wheel. Waiting room purgatory, bad coffee. Dog-eared magazines. His leg jittering against mine. When the dock emerged stable. Responding well, relief crashed like waves. In her room, Ellen pulled us close. Frail arms steel. My boys. Knew you'd weather it. Her wink at our linked hands spoke volumes unspoken. Emboldened, Jake texted Tyler, bringing Rob to reunion. Special guest. Reply pinged. Cool. Man. Beers on me. Neutral ground. But milestone. November's reunion dawned crisp. Central Park golden. The old lacrosse crew gathered at a midtown sports bar, beards grayer. Guts softer. But banter timeless. Jake's arms slung casual around my chair. Introductions flowing. Guys. Robert me partner. The word dropped like pebble in pond. Ripples of raised brows. Then cheers. Tyler clapped backs. About time you settled. Harlan. He's a keeper. Questions peppered light. Probing, but Jake fielded with grace. My hand under table his talisman. Pride swelled. Electric. Later. In alley smoke break. He kissed me fierce against brick. Nailed it. Thanks to you. Winter whispered in with first snow. Blanketing Williamsburg in hush. Holiday lights twinkled our stoop. But family pulls tugged. My Ohio folks invited tentative bridge post email. Jake's mom hosted smaller, just us four. Tree trimmed with her chemo-strong hands. Around table. Turkey steaming. Toasts rang. To health. To love. To futures forged. Ellen's eyes misted on Jake's. Proud of you. Son. Both ways. Laughter warmed. But undercurrents ran. Jake's dad. Absent ghost. The world's judgments lurking. Christmas Eve. Post-feast. We wandered snow-dusted streets. Breaths clouding like secrets. By the bridge. He stopped. Pulling box from coat simple band. Silver etched with coordinates. Our first gym night. Not someday. Nowish. Marry me proper. Kneel and slush. Eyes earnest. Tears froze on lashes. Yes. God. Yes. Ring slipped cool. Then warm. Sealing vows and flurry. New Year dawned explosive fireworks over river. Our kiss countdown to possibility. Gym resolutions, not bulk, but balance. We'd lift lighter. Live heavier hearts open. Weights shared. But spring's thaw brought thorns. Jake's promotion dangled. But rival slick chat sabotaged. Leaking emails, twisting facts. Boardroom betrayal stung. Jake came home shattered. Demoted specter. They think I'm distracted. Bias. Venom in voice. Self-doubts bite. I fumed. Plotting counter. But he waved off. Fight smart. Not fire. We strategized over maps metaphoric. Gym as war room. Allies surfaced. Tyler. Surprisingly solid. Digging dirt on Chad. Evidence mounted. Forged logs. Petty vendettas. Jake confronted HR. Voice steel. This isn't merit. It's malice. Vindication swift. Chad ousted. Jake's star realigned. Victory lap. Rooftop toast. City at feet. Couldn't without you. He murmured. Lips salt-laced. Summer circled back. Anniversary marking that barbell drop. Iron pulse. Unchanged. But we transformed tattoos inked. Interlocking bars on forearms. Symbols etched permanent. Ellen's remission declared. Party thrown. Laughter echoing her laugh. Yet depth demanded trials. Jake's bisexuality queries resurfaced old flames flickering in dreams. Guilt gnawing. Am I enough? I voiced one dawn. Vulnerability bared. He gathered me close. Earnest. You're all. Labels lag. Love leads. Fall's palette painted closure. Wedding plans sketched small. Brooklyn courthouse. Vows vowing endurance. Vows exchanged under autumn arch. Friends witnesses. Ellen beaming front row. Rings exchanged. Kisses sealing. From gym bros to life mates. Years later. Gym still our scrayer. Wiser. Lifting legacies. Feelings. Not lifted off. But lifted up, heavier hearts. Boundless. The following winter gripped New York in an icy vice. Snowdrifts piling like unresolved regrets against our building's stoop. Jake and I had settled into a rhythm that felt less like dance. More like waltz graceful. But with steps learned through stumbles. The wedding band on my finger caught lamplight as I sketched late. Deadlines looming for a major ad campaign. Jake. Promoted and steadier. Still hit the gym with me thrice weekly. Our sessions now laced with the quiet intimacy of couples who'd weathered gales. But beneath the calm, tremors stirred whispers from his past. Echoes of identities in flux. It started innocuous, a holiday card from an ex. Lena. Postmark from Seattle. Heard you're happy. Me too engaged. Jake showed it over breakfast. Smile tight. Good for her. But his eyes lingered on the photo. Her arm looped through a stranger's. Jealousy wasn't the monster. Curiosity was that nagging what-if of roads not taken. I swallowed unease. Buttering toast. Yeah. World small. Silence stretched. Fork scrapes symphony to tension. That night. Gym lights harsh as interrogators. We powered through deadlifts. But form faltered, Jake's grip slipping. My spot late. Focus. He grunted, but accusation-laced. Post-cool down. In the parking lot sleet. It erupted. You think I'm regretting? His voice cut wind. I halted. Breath clouding. No. But I see it pull back. Honesty raw. Fear's edge. He raked hands through wet hair. Defeated. Not regret. Fear. Of not being. Enough for this. For you. Embrace and flurry. Apologies melting ice. You are. We evolve. Therapy beck and joint sessions with a queer affirmative counselor in Chelsea. Her office a sanctuary of plants and plush chairs. First visit. Jake fidgeted. Words tumbling. Bisexual. But I love Robinly him now. Labels feel like cages. She nodded. Sage. Labels describe. Not define. Your story's yours. Sessions peeled layers. His dad's machismo imprint. My closet scars from Ohio whispers. Vulnerability bonded us tighter. Jim confessions post-therapy. Today. I owned it. By and proud. Pride swelled. Kiss in locker steam affirmation. Spring bloom tentative. Cherry blossoms fragile along the esplanade. Ellen's health rallied gardening again. Pots overflowing. Her visit, Sunday brunch. Mimosas fizzing. Boys. Life's plot twists. You improvise. Wisdom wrapped in hug. Her glance at Jake's ink. Strength in ink and each other. Work whirlwinds hit. My campaign pitched. Landed big billboards, soon gracing Times Square. Jake's team trip to Chicago loomed. Networking schmooze. Airport goodbye. Kiss deep in cab shadow. Promise. Call every night. He did whispers husky over hotel hum. Bridging miles. But night 3. Static crackled. Met an old flame here. Just coffee. Stirred stuff. Heart clenched. But trust held. Talk it out. I'm here. His relief flooded line. Love you. Home soon. Reunion at gate. Arms crushing. Kisses claiming. Over diner fries. He unpacked. It was closure. Confirmed this is home. Laughter lightened. But seed planted. Communications vine. Twining growth. Summer sizzled. Pride Month electric. We marched rainbow rivers down 5th. Jake's sign. Love wins all flavors. Chants thundered. Strangers cheers bomb to old wounds. Nightcap at Stonewall. Ghosts honored in toasts. To us. He murmured. Hand warm in mine. Intimacy that eve, slow. Sacred. Bodies maps redrawn. But autumn's harvest reaped tests. Jake's dad's surfaced email terse. Heard about the wedding. Need to talk. Ghost materialized. Lunch at upscale steakhouse. Air thick as ribeye. Robert Sr. Silvered but stern. Eyed me appraising. Son's always been. Sensitive. Code for soft. For not straight. Jake tensed. But voiced, Dad. I'm by. Happy. With Rob. Silence chewed. Then nod grudging. If he makes you strong. Bridge built rickety. But standing. Ellen's holiday party swelled our Circle Tyler's crew. My art pals. Toasts toasting futures. Snow fell soft outside. Mirroring peace within. Winter's End brought renewal. Jake's book club dive into queer lit. Discussions deep over wine. Your turn to lead. He teased. Book and lap. I chose Audre Lorde. Words weaving empowerment. Nights blurred into pages turned. Bodies entwined. Spring's renewal, adoption fair volunteer. Hearts tugged by furry faces. Home came Milo Scruffy mutt. Tail wagging chaos. Walks became threesome, leashes tangled. Laughter echoing parks. Summer heat wave tested, AC busted. Nights sticky on fire escape. Ice cream drips. Lazy kisses. Dreams shared, house upstate. Kids someday. Horizons widened. Fall foliage framed proposal Redix anniversary hike. Ring upgrade glinting. Forever's just starting. Vows renewed under maples. Winter wrapped us cozy. Milo curled at feet. Gym evolved. Yoga now. Ben's forgiving. Life's weights. Shared. Surmountable. Years layered like snow. Career's peak Edme gallery show. His corner office. Ellen's full recovery party. Dance is silly. Dad's slow thaw. Father's Day call. Gruff, proud. Pride again. Milo in rainbow bandana. March swelled. Love's tide. Home. Bed warm. Jake's whisper. Best plot twist. Sleep claimed. Dreams lifting light. Summer's swelter clung like a second skin that year. The kind of heat that turned iron pulse into a sweatbox of determination and delirium. Jake and I had carved out a life that felt epic, small victories stacked like plates on a barbell. The upstate cabin weekends. Milo's Zoom eyes chasing squirrels in Prospect Park. Ellen's garden parties blooming with her laugh. But beneath the sun-baked bliss, fault lines simmered. Remnants of past quakes waiting for aftershocks. It ignited over a nothing, forgotten anniversary dinner reservation. My freelance crunch bleeding into evening. Jake came home to take out remnants. I shadowed. Missed you tonight. Guilt twisted. But defensiveness flared. Deadline. Babe. You know. Words sharpened. Old insecurities surfacing as fear of fading into background. My terror of burdening. Couch became battlefield. Milo whining at door. Am I just the gym buddy now? His voice cracked. Pain's edge. I softened. Bridging gap. Never. Your gravity. Embrace dissolved barbs. But scar tissue formed. Tender. Therapy revisited solo for me first. Unpacking workaholic roots in parental praise. Balance isn't betrayal. Counselor urged. Jake joined next. His vulnerability mirror. I push when I should pull close. Tools armed. Date nights mandatory. Phones silenced post-date. Labor Day getaway. Cabin retreat. Adirondacks whispering woods. Hikes hand in hand. Lakeside swims. Nights firelit with stories. One eve. Stars carpet overhead. He carved stick figures in Sandus. Milo. Future phantoms. Kids. Someday. Heart swelled. With you. Absolutely. Intimacy under canopy. Bodies earth anchored. Love's roots deepening. Back in Brooklyn. Fall's crisp bite sharpened focus. My gallery opening. Canvases alive with our story abstract lifts. Intertwined forms. Emotions inked bold. Jake's toast. Rob sees souls. Mine first. Applause thundered. His pride my high. But October's chill brought chillier news. Ellen's checkup flagged shadow possible recurrence. Hospital hum haunted. Jake's face ashen in waiting glow. Biopsy blurred days. Our rhythm off kilter. Gym skipped. Replaced by walks Milo sensing. Pressing close. Results. Benign cyst. Scare not strike. Relief party. Rooftop. Friends toasting resilience. Ellen's quip. False alarms build character. Like you boys. Thanksgiving gathered. My folks flew in. Bridge crossed tentative. Dad's handshake firm. Son. Happiness suits. Jake's charm won them gravy past. Stories swapped. Milo begged scraps. Family forged. Winter holidays twinkled. Tree trimmed tandem. Ornaments etched memories. Dad's gift. Watch engraved. Time well spent. Thaw complete. New Year resolution. Adventure boulder trip. Rock climbing sheer faces. Heights terrified. But harnessed together. We summited views vast. Bond vertigo proof. We climb anything. Jake panted. Kiss wind whipped. Spring surged. Community center volunteer. LGBTQ youth group. Stories echoed ours closets cracked. Love's found. Jake mentored. Sharing bisexuality's nuance, fluid, not fixed. Impact rippled. Our purpose sharpened. Summer heat revisited. But AC fixed. Night's balcony cooled. Book launch. Jake's memoir sketch Finance Meets Heart. Our story. He dedicated. Pages turning vulnerability to victory. Fall's harvest. Harvest moon hike. Proposals playful renew. Rings twirled. Yes, eternal. Winter's hush. Milo Pup edition Sister Luna. Pack complete. Chaos joyful. Leashes 4. Years accreted. Careers crested me novel illustrated self. His TED Talk on inclusive leadership. Ellen's travels. Grandkids promised. Pride parade. Family float. Milo. Luna rainbowed. Chance chorus. Love's anthem. Home hearth. Jake's arms. Whisper epic us. Dreams soared. Waits whimsical. The relentless pulse of the city seemed to sync with the bar's thud in my chest as we pushed through the doors of a dimly lit Soho lounge that crisp November evening. The air thick with jazz riffs and the faint tang of aged whiskey. Jake and I had danced this edge before, nights where the world's gaze felt like spotlights on a stage we weren't fully scripted for, but tonight carried a different weight. Heavier than any deadlift we'd conquered together. Ellen's health scare had bonded us tighter. Yet it unearthed Jake's deepest fracture. The fear that his bisexuality made him a wild card in a game rigged for binaries. A man who could love widely but lose deeply. We'd come here on a whim. Post-therapy breakthrough, his words still echoing. I want to own all of me. Not hide halves. The lounge was a queer haven. Velvet booths cradling conversations that flowed like the cocktails we ordered, Manhattans. Cherries bobbing like buoys in stormy seas. Jake's knee pressed mine under the scarred oak table. A silent Morse code of solidarity. To wholeness. He toasted. Glass clinking mine with a chime that cut through the saxophone's wail. His blue eyes held mine. Vulnerable yet fierce. The blonde stubble shadowing his jaw catching amber light. I smiled. Heart full. But the undercurrent tugged. Wholeness meant facing fragments. The night unfolded in layers, strangers becoming stories. A drag queen's lip sync slaying the room. Laughter bubbling like champagne. Jake loosened. Arm draping casual over my chair. Fingers tracing idle patterns on my shoulder. A guy at the bar, tall. Tattooed. With a flirtatious grin, caught his eye. Or perhaps Jake's ease drew him. Hey. Handsome. The stranger purred. Leaning in with beer foam on lip. Buy you around. Jake's laugh was light. Deflecting, flattered. But taken. The rebuff landed smooth. But I caught the flicker curiosity's spark. Not flame. We clinked again. But seed sown, conversation later. Over cab ride home. Jake's head on my lap. Did that rattle you? Honesty's blade. I stroked his hair. City lights streaking face. Rattled. No. Real. Yes. He sat up. Earnest. By means attraction. Not action. But I get the fear yours. Mine. Apartment door clicked. Coats shed. We talked till dawn, boundaries drawn. Trust rebuilt. Bed claimed us. Body's affirmation. Sleep a truce. December dusted Brooklyn in powdered sugar. Holidays looming like loaded barbells. My folks visit extended Thanksgiving success breeding Christmas invite. Ohio farmhouse, snow blanketing fields. Mom's pie steaming. Dad's workshop tour awkward but warming. Jake charmed with wood-carved ornaments. His stories of upstate hunts bridging divides. Eve's fire. Milo at feet. He whispered, family feels right. Ring glinted. Love's loop closing gaps. New Year's Eve, Times Square crush. But we opted intimate rooftop with friends. Countdown kisses under confetti snow. Resolutions, vulnerability vows. Gym goals secondary. January's gray thawed slow. Ellen's winter escape to Florida, our envy. Letters arrived, shells. Snapshots. Her script, son's good medicine. Miss my boys. Jake's reply, memoir draft pages. Bisexuality woven honest. For her. For us. February frostbit. Valentine's velvet, cabin redux. No phones. Just us. Snowshoe trails. Hot cocoa nights. Letters love-locked in bottle lake tossed. Eternal. Corked promise. Spring equinox. Yoga retreat Catskills. Ben's breathing balance. Jake's plank held steady. My warrior pose mirrored his strength. Sessions silent. Suppers soulful, growths graceful. Guru grinned. Summer solstice. Beach Hamptons borrowed. Waves washing worries. Surf lessons tumbled. Sandcastles queer-coated. Sunsets sealed with salt kisses. Fall equinox. Harvest fair upstate. Pumpkins carved confessions. By and beautiful. Jake etched. Lantern glow. Winter solstice. Solstice party home. Candles circling stories. Milo's howl harmony. Luna's per piece. Cycles spun. Careers cycle me exhibit touring. His podcast launching inclusive finance. Ellen's book club virtual. Debates delight. Pride's pride. Float grandeur. Family aboard pets pranced. Parents waved. Anniversary hike. Rings refreshed. Vows voice to winds. Life's loom wove. Adoptions human foster kid weekends. Hearts expanding. Jake's whisper eternal. Whole with you. Dreams danced. Boundless. Autumn's amber haze enveloped the city like a lover's sigh that year. Leaves crunching underfoot as Jake and I navigated the labyrinth of our expanding world, careers ascending. Family ties tightening. But the quiet underbelly of doubt occasionally rearing like a poorly spotted lift. We'd mastered the art of public affection in queer-friendly bubbles. But the broader straight-laced tapestry still chafed. Colleague side eyes at Jake's roommate, mentions slipping habit. My parents' gentle probes about settling traditions. Yet, in the gym's unyielding forge, we hammered resilience. Bodies and bonds alike. October's chill heralded change. Jake's podcast hit viral episode on by invisibility resonating. Invites flooding. First guest spot, NPR studio. Manhattan hum muted behind glass. I watch from green room. Pride swelling as his voice steadied. Bisexuality isn't half gay. Half straight, it's whole human. Applause echoed post-air. His hug crushing. Your stories fueled this. Celebration dinner. Hole-in-wall Italian. Candle wax dripping like tears of joy. November elections loomed. Tension taut as bowstrings. We volunteered canvas door-to-door in Queens. Rain-slick pamphlets preaching progress. One stoop, elderly couple. Signs, slanted conservative. Jake's pitch gentle, love's vote matters all kinds. Door shut soft. But seed perhaps sown. Home sodden. Milo toweling. We debriefed, small wins. I said. His kiss agreed. Thanksgiving redux. Joint family fusion Ohio kin meet upstate Harlan holdover. Turkey's twin. Tables merged. Toasts tentative then torrential. Dad's arm around Jake, son-in-law material. Label landed. Laughter liberated. December's dash, holiday market strolls. Mittens matched. Milo leashed festive. Gift wrap crinkles. Ellen's visit, cookies baked. Confessions cozy her dating app dabble. Our chuckles chorus. New Year's dawn, polar plunge coney. Icy shock solidarity. Emerge shivering. Embrace electric. New year. New depths. January journal, joint journaling. Pages pair dreams documented. Fears faced. Jake's entry, fear fading love. Mine, fear fueling growth. February flourish, Art Kalabis podcast art by me. Murals metaphorical. Exhibit opening, crowds captivated. Kisses candid. Spring spark, foster placement teen Alex. Questioning queer. Crashing couch. Awkward breakfasts bloomed bonds. Gym intros grounding. Spot me. His plea. Jake's nod. Always. Summer scorcher. Road trip. Route 66 echoes. Motels memory making. Grand Canyon gaze. Depths we dive. Jake quipped. Hand held over edge. False fire. Cabin bonfire. Stories scorch past pain's fuel for future flames. Winter's weave. Weave workshop. Scarves swap tread for passion. Blue for calm. Cycles cycled. Alex aged out. College bound. Goodbye grilled. You modeled me. Careers crested. My book bestseller. Jake's keynotes. Ellen's engagement. To widower warm. Wedding witness tears tandem. Pride's pinnacle. Keynote Jake. Me illustrating live love live sketched. Anniversary alpine. Ski slopes. Spills silly. Sound is steamy. Life's ledger. Losses ledgered friends farewell cancer. Grief gym channeled. Jake's vow renewed. Through all. Dreams deepened. Unlifted light.